Listen carefully, every single day your muscles are either growing stronger or slowly fading away. It's not about your age, your genetics, or how much time you spend in the gym. The real question is this: are you feeding your body what it truly needs to stay strong? There is one type of food, rich in complete proteins and essential amino acids, that acts as the building block for every muscle fiber in your body. Without it, no amount of training can save you from the slow decline of muscle loss. With it, your body gets the fuel to repair, rebuild, and grow stronger. Even as you age, your muscles aren't just for looks. They're your armor against weakness, fatigue, and disease. They keep you moving, protect your bones, and boost your metabolism. Yet most people ignore the very nutrient that keeps their muscles alive. They skip it, replace it with empty calories, and wonder why their energy crashes and strength fades. But here's the truth: if you want to stand tall, move powerfully, and live without limits, your diet must be built around real, high-quality protein sources. It's not optional. It's the foundation of strength. So ask yourself, will you fuel your body like a machine built to last? Or will you starve it of the very ingredient that keeps you strong? The choice is in your hands, and every bite you take is shaping your future strength. Feed your muscles. Protect your power. Stay unbreakable. Would you like me to make this a 2-minute YouTube motivational monologue with more punch and urgency? Or a longer 5-minute speech that feels like a full motivational talk for your channel? Or both? Muscle loss is not just about aging, it's about nutrition. Most people believe that as they grow older, their muscles simply begin to fade away, and there's nothing they can do about it. They assume it's part of life, a natural process, something that just happens. But the truth is, what truly drives this slow decline isn't just age. It's what you're putting or failing to put into your body every single day. Muscle loss, also known as sarcopenia, doesn't strike overnight. It creeps in gradually, often beginning as early as your 30s or 40s. The culprit isn't simply your birthday. It's the nutrients you are not consuming in the right amounts, the foods you're replacing real nutrition with, and the lifestyle choices that weaken your body's ability to hold on to strength. Your muscles aren't just fibers, they're living tissue, constantly breaking down and rebuilding. And this process of rebuilding depends heavily on one thing: the fuel you give your body. Without the right nutrients, your muscles can't repair the tiny tears from your daily movements or workouts. They can't grow back stronger after stress. They shrink, they weaken, they waste away. When you think about muscle, you might imagine lifting weights or doing hours of training. But the foundation of muscle health doesn't start in the gym, it starts in the kitchen. Every bite you take is either providing your muscles with the raw materials they need to grow or starving them of those resources. And the shocking part is, even people who exercise regularly can lose muscle if their diet is missing the one key macronutrient: complete high-quality protein. You see, your body can't store amino acids, the building blocks of muscle, the same way it stores fat or carbs. That means you need to replenish them every single day. If you skip out on enough protein or rely on poor quality sources, your body has no choice but to pull amino acids from your muscles just to survive. Over time, that leads to weakness, fragility, and the physical decline most people blame on getting old. But that decline is not inevitable. In fact, research shows that when people prioritize nutrient-dense foods, especially those rich in complete proteins, they can maintain and even build muscle well into their 60s, 70s, and beyond. The people who stay strong later in life aren't just lucky. They're deliberate. They understand that food isn't just about calories, it's about the raw materials your body needs to function. If your muscles are made of amino acids, why would you starve them of the very thing they're built from? Think about it. Every time you eat a meal, you're either fueling strength or fueling weakness. When you reach for processed foods, sugary snacks, or empty calories, you're sending a message to your body: there's nothing here to repair and rebuild. Your body responds accordingly. It breaks down more muscle, your metabolism slows, your energy fades, and soon even simple tasks feel heavier than they used to. On the other hand, when you give your body nutrient-rich, protein-packed foods, you ignite the process of growth and repair. You feed the system that protects you from injury, keeps you moving with power, and gives you the energy to live fully. The most powerful thing to realize is that nutrition isn't just a background player in your health, it's the deciding factor. Age only exposes what your habits have built over decades. If you make your diet a fortress for your muscles, you'll discover that strength and vitality aren't just for the young, they're for the prepared. So stop accepting weakness as a natural part of aging. Look at what's on your plate and ask yourself if it's helping you fight for your strength or making you surrender it. The battle for muscle isn't won in your 20s. It's fought every single day with every single meal, no matter how old you are. And if you choose the right foods, the ones packed with the amino acids and nutrients your body can actually use, you won't just slow muscle loss, you'll reverse it. You'll stand taller, move faster, and feel stronger, proving that age doesn't define your power, your nutrition does. A single nutrient-dense food can trigger muscle preservation and growth. Most people think building muscle is about working harder in the gym, lifting heavier weights, or running faster. But no matter how much effort you put into training, if your diet is missing the core fuel your body needs, your muscles will never reach their true potential. There's a reason why certain foods are called power foods, because they supply not just calories, but the exact nutrients that act as the building blocks for your muscles. Imagine your muscles as a construction site. Every workout breaks down old structures and signals the need for rebuilding. But if there are no bricks, no cement, no workers to build with, the construction stops. Your body can't make new muscle out of thin air. It needs real, complete protein packed with essential amino acids to repair and build. And there's one particular type of food that stands above the rest: nutrient-dense, protein-rich sources like eggs, lean meats, fish, or plant-based proteins that contain a full amino acid profile. This food doesn't just feed you, it feeds the very system that allows your body to remain strong, resilient, and functional as you age. Every time you skip it, every time you replace it with empty calories, you're starving the foundation of your strength. And the problem isn't just visible in your muscles. Weak nutrition means your body slows its recovery, your bones lose density, your immune system suffers, and your energy plummets. People often wonder why they feel drained, why their workouts feel harder, why their body feels weaker even when they're trying to stay active. The answer lies in the fuel they're giving themselves. When you make nutrient-dense, complete protein foods a priority, you activate a chain reaction inside your body. Muscle protein synthesis, the process of building new muscle tissue, kicks into high gear. Recovery speeds up. Your strength returns faster. You're able to maintain lean mass while burning fat because your body now has the materials it needs to protect your muscle even in a calorie deficit. That single decision, to make one food the core of your meals, can be the turning point between slow decline and unstoppable growth. And it's not just for athletes or fitness enthusiasts. Even for the average person who wants to walk upstairs without fatigue, play with their kids, or live independently into old age, this food is the difference between a life of vitality and one of weakness. The sad truth is, most people don't even come close to eating enough of it. They underestimate their protein needs. They prioritize carbs and fats because they're easier, faster, or tastier, and they ignore the nutrient that keeps their body alive and strong. By the time they realize their mistake, they're already feeling the effects: reduced mobility, lower metabolism, and a body that no longer responds like it used to. But the good news is this: your body can respond at any age. The moment you start fueling it with this nutrient-dense, muscle-preserving food, the repair begins. Your strength doesn't just stop fading, it starts coming back. And when you combine this with consistent training, even simple resistance exercises, your body can rebuild, adapt, and thrive. Every meal becomes a chance to either move closer to strength or drift further into weakness. One food chosen deliberately can tilt the scale in your favor every single day. So ask yourself, when you sit down to eat, are you feeding your hunger or are you feeding your strength? Because the two are not the same, and the difference will decide how powerful, capable, and alive you feel for years to come. Protein quality and amino acids are the foundation for strong muscles. You can eat thousands of calories, fill your plate with all kinds of foods, and still lose muscle if your diet lacks the one thing your body absolutely requires: essential amino acids. These are the building blocks of life, the raw materials your muscles need to repair after every step you take, every lift you perform, and every movement you make throughout your day. Without them, your body enters a survival mode. It will pull amino acids from your own muscle tissue just to fuel vital functions like repairing organs and producing hormones. That's why so many people, even those who think they're eating enough, find themselves weaker, softer, and slower as the years go on. It's not because they're not eating, it's because they're not eating the right things. Protein isn't just another nutrient, it's the most crucial one when it comes to building and preserving lean muscle. And not all protein is created equal. Some foods provide incomplete proteins, missing vital amino acids your body can't produce on its own. If you're not getting a full spectrum of these amino acids, especially leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the key players in muscle synthesis, your body can't fully repair or grow your muscle fibers. This is why high-quality protein sources like eggs, fish, lean meats, or complete plant-based combinations such as quinoa and legumes are so powerful. They deliver the exact blueprint your body needs to build. Every bite you take from these sources is like handing your body the tools to construct strength, resilience, and energy from the inside out. But here's where most people fail. They either underestimate how much protein they need, or they spread it so thin throughout their day that their body never gets the signal to trigger true muscle growth. Muscle protein synthesis, the process of turning amino acids into actual muscle tissue, requires a certain threshold of protein at once, often around 20-40 grams per meal, depending on your size and activity level. Falling short of this, even if you hit your total calories, leaves your muscles starving while the rest of your body uses those calories for energy or storage. When your muscles stay undereffed, your strength fades, your metabolism slows, and even fat loss becomes harder because your body burns fewer calories at rest. But when you prioritize high-quality protein with complete amino acids at every meal, your entire physiology changes. Your body holds on to lean mass, burns more fat naturally, recovers faster, and performs better, whether that's in the gym, at work, or simply living life. The energy you feel when your muscles are nourished is entirely different from the sluggishness of a body running on sugar and processed carbs. The simple truth is that strong muscles are not built by chance. They're built by choice, the choice to give your body the right materials every single day. You can't outwork poor nutrition. You can't train your way out of a diet that lacks amino acids. But you can decide, meal by meal, to fuel your muscles with the exact nutrients they need to grow and protect you. Every time you make that choice, you're not just eating, you're investing in your strength, your energy, and your future. The question is, will you keep feeding your body empty calories, or will you feed it the foundation it's been waiting for? Because the difference between weakness and power often comes down to what's on your plate, not just what you do in the gym. Daily consistency beats occasional effort. When it comes to keeping your muscles strong and your body resilient, the biggest mistake people make is believing that sporadic bursts of effort will carry them through. They work out hard for a week, then skip the next two. They eat protein for a few meals, then spend days fueling themselves with processed junk and sugar. They think short-term intensity will somehow compensate for long-term neglect. But your body doesn't work that way. Muscle strength and vitality aren't built in a single day of hard work. They're built through small, repeated actions done consistently over time. Every day you either feed and challenge your muscles, or you allow them to deteriorate. Consistency is what signals your body to adapt, to build, to hold on to strength even as the years pass. Think of it like watering a plant. You can't drown it once a week and expect it to thrive the rest of the time. It needs steady nourishment. Your muscles need the same: regular stimulation through movement and regular fuel through proper nutrition. Even just one missed day of eating enough protein or one too many days without resistance training signals to your body that muscle isn't as essential, and it begins to break it down to conserve energy. Over time, that breakdown compounds. The people you see maintaining their strength and energy as they age aren't superheroes, they're consistent. They understand that it's not the perfect workout or the one big healthy meal that keeps them strong. It's the pattern, the discipline, and the commitment to show up for their bodies day after day. Consistency doesn't mean intensity every day. It doesn't mean exhausting yourself or living on nothing but strict diets. It means feeding your muscles quality protein at every meal, even on days you're not in the gym. It means moving your body every day, whether that's through training, walking, stretching, or simple activity. It means understanding that the body is constantly in motion, either building or breaking down, and your choices determine which direction it goes. When you commit to daily consistency, your body learns to trust that it will be fueled and challenged, and it responds by holding onto and building lean mass. Your metabolism stays active. Your energy remains stable. Your risk of injury and weakness drops because your body is always in a state of repair, never neglected for too long. Most importantly, you start to realize that strength is not built by motivation alone, because motivation fades. It's built by habits, by the non-negotiable choices you make even when you're tired, busy, or uninspired. Those small, repetitive choices. Choosing protein over processed snacks, moving even when you don't feel like it, sleeping enough to recover, create the foundation of strength far more than any short-lived burst of effort ever could. When you understand this, you stop looking for quick fixes and start building a lifestyle. A lifestyle that doesn't just give you strength for a season, but keeps you powerful for a lifetime. Your future self will thank you, not for the one week you pushed hard, but for every ordinary day you chose to do the small things that built extraordinary strength. Your diet is either fueling strength or accelerating weakness. The choice is yours. Every bite of food you take is more than just energy. It's a decision about what kind of body you want to live in tomorrow, next year, and decades from now. Food is not neutral. It is either pushing your body toward power, resilience, and growth, or dragging it toward fatigue, fragility, and decline. Most people don't see this because they view eating as a way to satisfy hunger or cravings, not as a way to build a body that can carry them through life. They fill up on refined sugars, processed fats, and void calories that do nothing but satisfy temporary desires, and then they wonder why their muscles feel weak, their energy crashes, and their body changes in ways they can't control. The truth is, your diet is constantly sending messages to your body. When you prioritize high-quality proteins, healthy fats, and nutrient-dense whole foods, you tell your body to build, repair, and thrive. You provide the raw materials for muscle growth, strong bones, healthy joints, and a steady metabolism. But when you choose processed junk, your body doesn't just store it as fat, it also begins breaking down muscle to make up for the nutrients it's missing. This doesn't just make you weaker, it slows your metabolism, making it harder to burn fat and easier to store it, locking you into a cycle of energy crashes and physical decline. Over time, those choices compound. You may not feel the damage after one bad meal, but months and years of poor choices lead to a body that struggles to move, tires quickly, and loses the strength to do even basic things without discomfort. The food you eat is building your future body right now, whether you realize it or not. The difference between someone who thrives with age and someone who declines rapidly isn't luck. It's the quality of their fuel. The power to change this lies in your hands every single day. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't need to give up every indulgence, but you do need to decide what matters more, the fleeting satisfaction of junk food or the lasting reward of strength, energy, and vitality. When you shift your mindset from, what do I want to eat right now, to what does my body need to stay powerful, your choices naturally change. You begin seeking out foods that protect and build your muscles rather than break them down. And as your strength grows, so does your energy, confidence, and quality of life. The beauty is that this transformation doesn't take years to feel. When you fuel your body properly, your energy improves within days, your workouts feel easier, your recovery speeds up, and even simple daily movements become smoother and more powerful. Over time, this momentum only builds. Every strong, capable, and youthful person you see later in life didn't get there by chance. They got there by making their diet their ally, not their enemy. They understood that food is either medicine or poison, and they chose the former. The same choice is in front of you today. Every meal, every snack, every decision is an opportunity to build a stronger future self or chip away at the one you already have. The fork is in your hand, and the direction is entirely up to you. Your body is a machine, but unlike the machines we build, it doesn't come with spare parts. Every joint, every muscle fiber, every tendon you rely on to move, stand, and live with freedom needs to be maintained and fueled. That's why the decisions you make every single day about what to eat, how to move, and how to recover are shaping your future in ways you can't ignore. The food you eat, especially the proteins and essential nutrients your muscles demand, isn't just filling your stomach, it's keeping you functional, capable, and powerful. When you ignore that, when you let convenience and comfort dictate your diet, your body starts to pay the price. Weak muscles don't just make you look smaller or feel less energetic. They make every part of life harder. Stairs become a challenge. Carrying groceries feels like lifting weights. Your posture collapses, your joints take on stress they were never meant to bear, and your risk of injury skyrockets. This isn't aging, this is neglect disguised as age. The truth is, most people who feel like they're getting old are really just undernourished and inactive. They've let their muscles, the very tissue that drives movement and stability, wither away because they're not giving their bodies the fuel it needs. They eat plenty of food, but not the right kind, not the nutrient-dense, complete protein that signals the body to repair and build. Over time, this leads to a downward spiral: weaker muscles, slower metabolism, more fat gain, less energy, and eventually a body that can no longer keep up with the demands of life. But the cycle can be broken, and the solution is far simpler than most realize. It starts with recognizing that muscle isn't just for athletes or young people. It's the foundation of health and independence at every age. And maintaining that muscle begins in the kitchen. One high-quality, protein-rich meal can do more for your long-term strength than a week of empty calories ever will. When you choose nutrient-dense foods, rich in complete amino acids, you give your body the tools it needs not just to survive, but to thrive. Those foods signal your body to protect your lean mass, even when you're not training. They boost your metabolism, helping you burn fat more efficiently, and they keep your energy level steady so you can move, work, and live without constant fatigue. Pair that with consistent movement, and your body responds quickly, no matter your age. Your strength comes back, your energy rises. Tasks that once felt exhausting become effortless again. This isn't magic, it's biology. Your body was designed to adapt, to rebuild, and to protect itself when given the right fuel and stimulus. The question is, will you give it that chance, or will you continue to feed it foods that drag you down? Every day, you get to decide which direction you move, toward strength and vitality, or toward fragility and decline. It doesn't happen in a single day, but every day counts. The people who stay strong well into their later years don't rely on luck, they rely on discipline. They make sure every plate of food they eat isn't just about satisfying hunger, but about fueling the body they want to live in tomorrow. They don't skip the protein. They don't let processed junk take over their diet. They understand that what they feed their body today is what determines how that body performs tomorrow. That's the mindset that separates those who thrive from those who struggle. If you want to move with freedom, if you want to stand tall, carry your own weight, and live without the constant reminder of age in your joints and muscles, then you have to make that decision every day. Fuel yourself with purpose, move with intention, and never let convenience steal your strength. Because at the end of the day, your body doesn't care about excuses or shortcuts. It only responds to what you do consistently, and the results, whether strength or weakness, will reflect the choices you made. Each bite of food, each rep, each decision compounds into the body you build, and no one can make those choices for you but you. Your diet is not just about taste or satisfying your hunger in the moment. It's about sending a signal to your body every single time you eat. A signal that either tells it to grow stronger, repair, and thrive, or one that tells it to break down, store fat, and weaken. Most people never stop to realize that food is not neutral. It's never just something to eat. It's a blueprint your body follows. And the truth is, The choices you make with your meals determine whether your muscles remain powerful, your metabolism stays active, and your energy feels limitless, or whether you gradually sink into fatigue, weakness, and decline. Every day, your body is balancing between two states, building or breaking down. There is no pause button, no middle ground. Your muscles, bones, and connective tissues are constantly in flux, and they need specific fuel to stay on the side of growth. That fuel comes from real, nutrient-dense foods rich in complete proteins, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Without these, your body begins stripping away from its own reserves, breaking down your muscles to keep critical systems alive. That's why so many people feel weaker as they age, not because their bodies are failing, but because their diet is quietly eroding the very tissue that keeps them strong. Processed foods, sugary snacks, empty carbohydrates, they might satisfy a craving, but they don't provide the materials your body needs to preserve strength. In fact, they do the opposite. They spike your blood sugar, lead to crashes, promote fat storage, and leave your muscles starving for amino acids. Over time, that starvation turns into visible weakness, your posture slumps, your movements slow, your stamina fades. What most people mistake as the inevitable process of aging is really just the cumulative effect of years of poor nutrition. But the opposite is also true when you make your diet work for you. The transformation can be profound. When you start prioritizing whole, protein-rich foods and cut back on the empty, processed calories, your body responds quickly. Muscle protein synthesis, the process of repairing and building muscle tissue, begins to work in your favor again. You start recovering faster from daily activity and exercise, and your metabolism picks up because lean muscle mass requires more energy to maintain even at rest. Within weeks, you notice your energy stabilizing, your strength returning, and your body moving with a sense of power you may have thought was gone for good. The most powerful thing to understand is that this is a choice, one you make multiple times every single day. No one else decides what goes on your plate. No one else chooses whether you reach for real food or processed shortcuts. And every one of those choices adds up, shaping the future version of you. The one who either walks with confidence and strength or struggles with weakness and fatigue. There's no magic pill, no shortcut, no special trick to avoid the consequences of a poor diet. There's only discipline, awareness, and the willingness to fuel your body with the nutrients it actually needs. Once you commit to that, it stops feeling like a restriction and starts feeling like freedom, because suddenly your body works for you again. Your workouts feel easier, your recovery is faster, your energy is steady throughout the day, and your mind feels sharper because your body is no longer constantly struggling to compensate for what it's missing. Every strong, vibrant, and capable person you see, the ones still moving effortlessly, lifting, running, or living without limitations well into their later years, got there by understanding this truth: food is not just pleasure, it's power. They stopped using their diet to simply feed their cravings and started using it to build the life they wanted to live. And that's the decision that keeps them thriving when others are fading. You have the same choice. Every time you eat, you can choose strength or weakness, growth or decline, power or fragility. Each meal is an opportunity, and those opportunities don't stop coming until you stop taking them seriously. If you want to stand tall, move with energy, and live without the constant weight of fatigue and weakness, it's time to see your diet for what it really is, the foundation of your strength. Stop letting convenience and momentary cravings decide your future. Feed yourself like someone who refuses to settle for a body that fades before its time. Because your future strength, your energy, your freedom, they're all being built or destroyed with every bite you take. The question is, which direction will you choose?